we're recording this yet, and we want to share screens. So we've done this last time. How did we do it? One, two, Susan is next, yep. Hi, Susan. Okay. Hello, Susan, talk to me.
Hi, Edward.
Yeah, to put the camera. Susan, talk to me.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Where's
Good.
your camera?
I haven't got one. I don't know.
Yes, well, these are live video conferences.
Is that me now?
Well, this is the idea of it, so we can all see each other. No hiding. No places to hide.
Okay. Let me just get there.
Right, something's happening.
Yeah.
Something's happening. I don't know what it is.
Oh, I've got me.
No, there's nobody here at the moment, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Try and work this out.
I don't know what you're showing me. So we see something? I don't know. One person's waiting now, admit. Yep. Morning, Mel.
Right.
Yeah, Susan, I'm seeing something.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm looking at. Though. This is some sort of quiz. Are you hearing me, Mel? Ah, there you go. All right.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can
You
see
see
you.
me now?
Yeah, I can see you.
Right, good.
All right. Let's get Mel on board. Come on, Mel. What are you doing tonight? Go. Mel, come on. Talk to me. You've not got a microphone, Mel. That's fine.
Sorry, it's dark here.
Right, you're there. No, that's good. That's good.
Right.
Right, once you're going to speak, trying to honor people on my one. Has any joined you? Yes. Eunice is doing it differently tonight. All right, Eunice is here. Good. Eunice, hello, Eunice. Let's get you sorted.
Yeah.
All right. Eunice, I need to make you.
Waiting on Isabel.
So I make you a host, do I?
No, you don't need to. You can stay host.
Okay. Because on other ones it said make co-host, but that option didn't come to on yours.
Oh, well, make co-host then.
No, it doesn't. It only makes a host on yours.
Okay. All right. No, just leave it as is.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I've lost Isabel because she was on my one, but I told her to come back on your link.
Right. Right. We've got Melanie here as well. So,
Hi, Renly.
Melanie, hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you, ladies.
Yeah, we're all coming. We're all looking there. Yeah. All good. Right. So let's get that. So
Right. If you can find Isabel online.
Isabel, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought we had to talk about this when I was telling you that I had a good look through it all. Got all the settings all lined up.
Yeah.
Had it ready for recording and all that stuff. So that when it came into the start, I pressed the button, it would instantly record.
Okay.
You must have forgot about all that. Well, as I was telling people, it's all a test as well, you know.
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, participants, and we have no one else seems to be about.
We had 2 people on mine, but I let them know that it was the wrong one.
Yeah,
So let's hope.
that's great. Well, I love to hear that, Eunice. See what happens when you let a woman get involved in running it?
All goes amok, doesn't it?
Right.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure there was 1 or 2 other ones who wanted to come. And why they're not here is because they're probably screwed up as well. You know? I don't know. You see, what I done was on that post today, I put the post for Zoom so they could join it, and I posted the link for the room for this meeting on it as well. And that's
Okay.
what I told you that one. You never
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, I saw it, but when I clicked on the main post, which says Zoom, it just took me to Zoom. I didn't realise that the link, I had to open up the message to find it.
Wow, yeah, the link was below. Anyway, so Susan, welcome. Melanie, where have you gone to?
I'm here.
You're here, right. Well, all the microphones are open at the moment, and I'm quite happy with that because there's not many of us at the moment. So we can do things. So first of all, I'd like to welcome you all here. Welcome, Eunice. We're going to have a little chat about souls and soul journeys and soulmates and all things spiritual and healing and whatever. First of all, I want to talk to Susan. Susan, have you tried any of the videos I've downloaded on my other little room yet? Talk to me, Susan.
Can't hear you, Susan.
Susan, why are you messing about with the phone?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. I
Did you
tried
hear-
it this morning,
Yes.
but it was too light for me.
What do you mean
So
by too light?
The daylight was coming in. So I will do it on my bigger computer tomorrow night.
Okay, but it was on a lower setting anyway. But what I wanted you to do was tell me if you had any feedback or what you had from it.
If I'd had what?
If you had what did you feel about it? Because I'm doing it at various settings at the moment, so I get feedback. And you previously have tried it, so you know.
I was certainly relaxed after it.
Pardon?
I was very relaxed after it.
Okay. So how would you feel about that compared to a full session that you had?
Oh, it was very similar, just a shorter version.
You think it was similar?
Sorry?
You think it is similar?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. You see, when I run it and I play it back, I then gauge what I feel. So that's the only thing I know. But I could feel and sense their feelings. So I was quite happy, but felt it was very light. So who's got the dog? It's not me.
Not me.
Susan, do you have a dog?
Not me.
No, not me.
Who?
No.
Who's got the dog? Melanie.
Hello. To answer the door.
Have you got a dog? Where are you going? We can't even see you.
I had to go and answer the door.
Is that why the dog was barking?
Yeah.
Thought as much. Right, well. So you don't know what we're talking about, do you? Right, so.
I'll catch up.
Any shows I'm wasting my time here. Right. So let's talk about souls, right? Who knows what a soul is? Susan, let you go first.
Oh,
Now I can tell you now, before we go any further, this is not an easy question.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have got different answers, different viewpoints on this. And I'm not going to tell and say to you, this is right and this is wrong. This is up to you. So you have to, this is your viewpoint only.
Yeah.
So off you go then, Susan. Tell me what it is.
it feels to me like your core being, the thing that exists the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good answer. That's, yeah.
Carol's trying to get into the room. I don't know how to get her in. Do you know
Send her
how can you invite her, Eunice?
let me try and invite her. Okay, Manny, what do you think the soul is?
Melanie,
Hello.
I can't see you.
I'm here.
Right. Are you going to answer?
Doing the dog away.
Are you going to answer Eunice's question?
I think it's the part of you that lives on. I think it's your inner self, your inner being. I don't know how to explain what I think it is.
You don't know how to explain.
Mm.
Well, that's quite a good answer. I'd love to do this.
Well, like we said before, there's no real right or wrong answer. It's just what you believe. because it's an individual's belief of something allows them to grow in any way, in a good way, bad way. There's no good or bad. But it's what your belief of something is in a higher power. So I would say I believe a soul to be the infinite being of consciousness or energy that resides within us. So Ed's finished. Let's see what he thinks.
Susan, you've heard what I've said. What do you think now?
I didn't hear that, Edward.
Why not?
She said she didn't hear what he said.
Somebody got a radio or a television on, or what's going on?
Right, it's my TV, it's a bit loud. Tash, can you turn it down a little, please? Sorry, it's my daughter. Okay.
Okay, well, this is a trial to see how it's going. Okay, so Christine's going to try and come in as well.
Okay.
Send that invitation out to a few people. I don't know what's. Oh, wait a minute. One person, Isabel, she's here.
All right.
Finally.
Hi, Isabel. Okay, so Melanie and Susan have given their response as to what they feel a soul is.
Good evening, Isabel.
Good evening.
Yeah. So you've just joined us in time.
Okay.
And I'm playing around with the controls to see if we got it right. And I set up the meeting tonight, and Eunice tried to hijack it on me.
Of course.
So
yes. It's a woman thing.
having to do it a different way. So now that you've joined us, we're talking about souls and soulmates and soul journeys, right?
Okay.
So the question that's on offer, I mean, we've had answers already. Now we need an answer from you. What, in your opinion, or what do you think a soul is?
Oh, I think your soul is the biggest part of you. I mean, your body is just, your body dies and goes. I think your soul lives on. Your soul goes so deep. Hard to describe.
That's a good answer. I think, yeah, that's a good answer.
You think it's a good answer?
Yeah.
Well, what I would like you to do then is to give that answer again, please.
I think when the human body dies, when you die, I think your soul lives on. That's what I really think. And I think the soul goes a lot deeper than what anybody would realise. Deeper than we realise too, I think. And I think your soul, when you're out in the country and that, for instance, I think it moves your soul. It's hard to describe. A lot of things touch your soul. And you're in awe at a lot of things. It's your soul, really. And I do kind of, you're picking up my meaning here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
okay, but it is a difficult question, I'm going to tell you.
it is.
Eunice and I were talking about it, and I said, what should we talk about? And she's putting down the second letter she put down. No, she sent me this little paragraph. And the second word on the paragraph was souls. And I thought, yeah, I understand that now. So you're going to have to look at that. So that's what we'll do. And a year ago on Facebook, I asked all the spiritual people, all the wonderful people, all the special people, and asked them all what a soul was. And most of them tried to belittle me by saying to me, don't you know what a soul is? And I said to them, no, I don't. That's why I'm asking. And after that exercise, I asked one of my tutors at Stansted, oh, someday I hold in high esteem. And he gave me an answer. And it basically was the only answer that resonated with me. I'm not going to tell you what that answer was yet, because
Right.
I want us to play a bit more with it and see how it goes.
It's a difficult one.
Yeah. Oh, well, you'd be surprised how difficult it is, because a lot of people think they know the answer to this one, and they've got no idea.
Aye, I know.
Yeah.
So what's the answers? What's the other answers before I came on?
Pardon?
What was the answers before I came on?
Susan, would you like to tell what your answer was again?
Oh, if I can remember. I felt it's your inner self that exists basically forever. I can't, like you yourself, I can't explain it.
Deep inside.
Yes, something that's you can feel at times. Can't touch it, but aware of it.
Aye.
And Mandy, what was your answer?
And
Mine was pretty much the same. You can't describe it,
Yeah.
but you know it's there.
You know,
And
it's there.
you know yourself what you think it is, but when you try to describe it, it comes out, doesn't make sense when you try to describe it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Now, welcome, Christine.
Hi, Christine.
Yes. Hi.
Let's have a little look at you. I got you in the spot.
Yes, I'm here, Red.
Yeah, we can see you. Now,
Aye.
what do you think a soul is?
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
You can play it like on that.
I have, how to describe it? I have no idea.
You've no idea. Well, that's a good answer.
No. I know we have all have a soul. I saw something, and how do you call that? A documentary, or that a man was dead, and they could record that the soul came out of the body, and they weighed the body when he was dead, and after the soul left the body, and it was lighter.
Yeah, carries a lot of weight.
Is that possible?
Yes, I would say.
I think we all have a soul. You know, I am in a wheelchair. You know what I said? I would sell my soul to the devil if I could walk again. That's hard, but it's true.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. Eunice.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think the soul is infinite being. It's like the energy, the life force within us. It's something that carries all markers, all information, all knowledge from each lifetime that we live. I would perceive it to be energy, because I believe we're all made of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I perceive what's inside me is energy. But it's our true form. It's what we really are. This body that we wear isn't our true self. It's what's inside us, what's in our heart. It's that energy of love. That's what I think the soul is.
So welcome, Christy. No, I mean, welcome, Carol.
Hiya.
Hi, Carol.
So
Hiya.
you've missed part of it, and you found problems getting in. And this is all a test as well. We want to see how it's going to work and what we're getting right and what we're getting wrong. And we seem to be getting things going so far. We want to just the technical thing. How does that go? Put you on the spotlight. So, what, in your opinion, is a soul?
My opinion is your inner self,
Being
it's
yourself,
spirit,
spirit.
because this is just a body. Your spirit's within inside your body. This is what we're using while we're here, but this ain't us.
Right? What do you think of that one, Eunice?
I love it. I love it.
So, how many different viewpoints have we had so far?
I'd say 7, 6.
I think we've got 6.
Well, I'd say there's similarities. There's similarities in everything that everybody says, which is you can't really explain it. It's more of a feeling. It's hard to explain. So I say we all have our own unique idea, but it's similar.
Okay. Okay, well, suppose you all want to hear what my version is.
Yes, please.
Not sure if I have a version yet. What I will say is what this medium told me was, he said to me, the soul is the carrier of your spirit.
Okay.
That's a bit different, right?
Yeah.
So, and I've asked a lot of the mediums, I've asked all the wonderful people and special people and all them, and they come out with all sorts of stuff, and none of it resonated with me. And yet, when I was, many years ago, I wanted to know what soul was, and I asked some people, and I got some stupid answers. And I thought, okay, I'm putting this away. I'm not ready to deal with this. I'm going to put it away because I'm not getting the answers I want. And then a year ago, I decided to do about it. And as I said, I asked a bunch of people, but I'm going to have to mute everyone here because some people are not, they've all got different stuff going on. Let me do this. So everyone, you have to mute yours, right? So one of the things that I got was, I didn't know what a soul was. A year ago, I decided I'm going to have another go at it. And I didn't really get much response except for this one response. And I decided I'm going to put it away again because I'm not really getting anywhere with it. There's so many different answers, and I'm just not getting there. And it was always in my mind that I'm going to go and to do that again. Eunice has come out with it, and she's come straight out with it. I was intending to go in to build up this group, this community with Eunice and I, a nice and easy forward way in. Of course, Eunice is taking the jump right in the deep end and dragged me in with her. So I thought, well, let's go along and have a look at this one. So, Eunice, let me hear what you're saying now. Eunice, can you?
Yeah, I've unmuted myself. Actually, where you've given your definition, it's made me have a good think, because the spirit is one thing and the soul is something else.
Yeah.
And in our lifetime, most people perceive what happens in this existence, in this 3D plane that we're on, to be happening to them. So the way I view life, which is not always easy to stay in that point of view, but the way I view life is like a big movie. And I'm sitting here observing myself, my feelings, my emotions as I go through my day-to-day. And in those feelings and emotions, when I'm aware of myself, my being inside of me, not the body outside of me, but the being inside of me, it allows me to understand the things that I will accept or won't accept in my life. I mean, take for instance, someone that doesn't value themselves, somebody that might end up in a relationship that might not be a 50-50 relationship. You might be in a relationship that you may feel is abusive, say. So if I'm being aware of my feelings in the relationship, then I'll realize that I'm not being valued. My voice isn't being heard. The things that I feel I want to say, because I'm unable to say them, will cause some sort of sometimes physical pain, physical illness within inside me, which resonates in my body. So therefore, I have to listen to what I perceive my soul is or my spirit is telling me. I'm not happy with that. So the best way forward is for me to address the way I feel inside, which means I have to value that core side of me, which is the authentic side, not the side that I show outwardly, not the mask that I wear to the world, to family, to friends, to co-workers, but what I feel on the inside of me. So I feel when you follow that authentic side of you, life can be so much, not necessarily easier, but your lessons, your karma is fulfilled in that way when you follow what you feel on the inside of you. I don't know if that makes sense, if you understand. But yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay. Well, just a technical thing. I seem to be hearing you through my my speakers on the laptop, and I shouldn't be, which I don't know why. So that's sort of crazy for me.
Did you hear me clearly though? Or was it a bit?
I can hear you all right. I just wonder what
Okay.
the speakers are. You can hear me okay, can't you? Okay. Tell me something, now test me. Can you hear me okay now?
Yes, I can. Yep.
So I don't think my speakers are working, my thing's working.
Yeah, just leave your headset off. We can hear you clearly. That's perfectly fine.
No, I'm fine. We'll take these off because it's certainly not working. There's nobody else trying to get into the room? No. So we've had a little talk about a soul, what a soul is. Let's move on and talk about what is a soul journey. So we'll wait to keep you to the end, Eunice, right? Now let's start with Susan, right? Let me get you, unmute your audio. Right, Susan? What I want to do with you, I want...
Can you hear me?
I can hear you okay. I
Right.
want you to tell me what you think a soul journey is.
It's a journey that you've to learn what you've come to learn by the people that you meet along the way or circumstances that are thrown at you. I've forgotten the question again. So, yeah, I don't know what a soul's journey is. I have to admit, this is very deep for me. I just accept things. But I do feel it's what you're here to accomplish, or you come back to see if you can accomplish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think about that one, Eunice?
I think exactly what you said. Yes, it's what we're here to learn. It's not what we're here to learn as in our day-to-day. It's the big picture, which tends to be compassion for mainly yourself first, because if you don't have compassion for yourself, you won't really have compassion for others. It's the bigger picture. It's not the worldly goods. It's not material goods. It's about compassion for, when I say others, we're all connected. So it's the main gift of love and compassion.
What do you think, Susan?
I would agree with Eunice. Yeah, definitely to learn to love. I think that's, and there's, love is another thing that's difficult to, you can experience it, but you can't wrap it up and show somebody else what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit like your soul, you're aware of it, but you can't physically show it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then, shall we let's see, Carol? Carol, hello? Carol,
Hello. What you're asking me what I think it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
are you there, Carol, talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. I think they're both correct in what they're saying. It is our life past. We've got to learn how to live together. Be as one, because that is exactly what we are. I feel that we're all one. And I feel sometimes as well, it's about our about our path that we're taking to go on. Oh, I can't get it all out. it's like they said, learning to love, learning to know that we are all one. I feel as well as when we're going, if we don't go down the path that we were meant to go,
Yeah.
I reckon we do have to come back and do it. I can't think of any more, Ed.
Well, like a past life regression, would you say something similar to that?
I would, yeah.
That's quite a good. Well, I like that. What do you reckon, Eunice?
Yeah, I'd agree. They're all connected. If you don't learn your lesson in this lifetime, hopefully you get to come back and do it again in this form. Because the truth is, where the souls are or spirit is, it's not in a place that can learn the lessons, because the spirit, they already have all the answers. But to come back in a human form where you can actually feel and have emotion and can grow and learn is a completely different thing from where the soul is. That's why they opt, I wouldn't say opt, or have the choice to come back and learn what they didn't learn.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'd like to say evening, Margaret, or good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Margaret,
Hi.
sunny Californian chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. The holiday maker. We were talking about souls, and we've moved on now to soul journeys. And what we're going to do now is, seeing you have just dropped in, we can get you started straight away. And what is your opinion or your idea of a soul journey?
Long. It's kind of like a hobbit going, or like the hero's journey. You know, you go and you follow the clues, and you have to have faith or meet monsters, wrestle with yourself and the outer world, and get transfigured and challenged and grow stronger, grow more aware.
Yeah.
Fall into the swampy pits and try to get out. Okay.
Right. So that's interesting answer. So Eunice, what will you give your feedback on that one?
I'd say yes. I'd say yes to all of that as well. It's the journey of it. You will find, though, you'll have highs, you'll have lows, but all of those things are lessons. You may have a situation that will not be that great. It may make you cry, might make you a bit depressed, but in that there's the emotion, an emotion that the soul can't have when it's just a soul. And that emotion, you learn compassion for yourself in that pain, and therefore you can learn compassion for others in their own pain. So in that, it's a wonderful lesson of love. You can only really know love when you connect with yourself. You will feel such overwhelming joy that you'll see that what I thought was love is nothing in comparison. So all of this is a lesson, beautiful lesson. So yeah, I agree.
What do you think about response then, Margaret?
Yeah. Yeah, compassion. Yeah, we learn. I don't know, humans are kind of, we learn through suffering and pain. And lately the story of Job has been coming up, and he just had endless pain in his life, the story in the Bible. But he always had faith, and he just got through, and I've had to do that. And and then it whatever he lost, he regained in multitude. And I think your spiritual awareness, gifts, abilities, your light grows as you work through things and transmute things and heal things. And our challenges come up so we can make choices, either good choices or bad choices, and our soul figures out, like, hey, if I did that other choice once and that was really had a bad result, so I'm gonna make a different choice this time.
So let me go. You missed the first round of questions that we were doing. What is a soul? So I'd like to ask you that question. In your opinion, what do you think?
What is a soul? Well, that's a question I've asked for a long time, but I've kind of settled on, it's like the part of you that like goes through the journey and does the growing. And yeah, it's like the part of you that goes through and does the growing. And then the spirit is kind of like the infusion of energy or something. But I don't know, one time when I was doing it, a couple of times it's happened. When I was doing a healing, I got to like, I could see the soul in the energy field, and it was kind of round, like a planet almost. And I knew instinctively, like, to just, that it was so sacred and so holy that not to like touch it or do any energy work on it or anything. Just like, I was kind of in awe of it. But I think it's the part that grows and does the journey.
Okay, then let's hear what Eunice has got to say on that one.
Yeah. The soul. What is the soul? I said before, it's the infinite being. It's the consciousness. It's the life force. It's so many things, but it just is. It just is. It's that thing, that light, that energy that exists when everything else doesn't, or does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's have see what if Melanie's bored yet. Melanie, how you doing? Can we all see you now? Yeah. What is a soul journey then? Can't hear you.
Oh, I don't know exactly, but it's interesting listening to everybody else's answers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very interesting, because it all kind of fits together and makes sense.
Everybody's got so many varied answers, haven't they?
And it is interesting to listen to the answers.
Yeah, absolutely. this is going to be an ongoing subject, this one. This is not what you call a quick fix. No. Right, let's hear what Carol has to say on this subject of soul journeys. Because, of course, on your dating site, many people join because they want to meet their soulmates, don't they? And go on the soul journeys, correct? So, can we, is there any chance of seeing a little bit more of you? Sort of, you know, hello. Okay. So what is a soul journey then, Karen? Yeah, I understand every single word you're saying. Put your microphone on, please. No, no microphone. Why has she got no microphone? Let me see.
You have to turn the microphone on.
Well, it was on.
No, it's off now.
It's off now.
Yeah.
Where is she? Oh, yeah, she got it. Unmute. All right. Okay, off you go again, Carol.
I've already answered that a minute ago, didn't I?
It's working now, so you're fine.
Yes, you did.
We're still learning.
All right. Anybody that wants to answer the question, just.
Well, we didn't hear nothing, so you have to start again.
Oh, she answered it already, she said.
Say that again, Carol.
The sound is gone. I can't hear a thing.
Well, can you hear me? Carol, talk to me.
Oh dear. She answered the question already. Carol, can you hear us?
I can now.
Okay.
Right. So I didn't know what the answer was. Would you like to repeat it, please?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know. This is a trial. This is time we get things wrong. You know all this stuff. You've been learning it for the last couple of weeks.
Right. This, how I put it was, I've forgotten how I put it now. Hold on. It's like you're on here for a reason to I don't know, I just got then for
Okay.
the work that we're actually doing now.
Yeah.
Spiritually find yourself.
Okay. I like that one.
And this is why a lot of people now are waking up, because they're finding their inner self, their spiritual self, and they're putting it together with, obviously, the body is just your outer, it's just your outer shell, your shell that you're in for the time to learn what you've got to learn on your journey.
Okay, that's fine. What would you got to say to that then?
I say, yeah, I agree with her. We have the time we have in this body, this vessel, to learn what we need to learn to correct our karma. Well, not correct it, to basically complete certain things we didn't learn in the past life. To make changes. Sometimes some people are here just to wake other people up. Sometimes people are here just to let somebody know to value themselves. I.e., again, I go back to those that might be in some sort of form of abuse. When they say, forgive the people that treat you in certain ways, it's hard to do that. But when you actually learn that those people were designed in this movie that you're living in, to force you to face yourself, to value yourself. So that's why we ask to forgive those and forgive yourself, because these agreements were made before we came here. Everybody that you're in contact with, everybody that comes into your life, you had an agreement with them before you reincarnated, for them to come in at a certain point in your life to show you a certain lesson. So everybody here at this time as well, we all agreed to be here at this time to learn whatever lesson and to teach whatever lesson. Because when you teach, you learn. We're all learning, we're all teaching.
Do you think that
This is why.
is connected with our soul journeys then?
Well, yeah, it is. Because if you look at it, sometimes you could meet somebody and for no reason, you're not feeling comfortable with this person. And you know this person ain't good for you.
Mm-hmm.
And your inner soul's telling you, don't go there. Or you just don't like the person and you're feeling horrible because you feel that way. And that's normally because you've had an interaction with that person in a past life.
Sure.
So what lesson would that be showing you? If you feel that way, what would be the lesson there?
Well, the lesson I wouldn't go back there. I'll just be nice, polite, and I wouldn't go back there.
Yeah, the lesson is...
Have that strong feeling, that is a warning. Keep away.
Yeah. And to listen to yourself, the authentic part of you. It's all in the feelings. It's all in the listening to your body. It's being aware of your reactions in any given situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. I like that one. How are we doing, Christine?
Yes.
What would you like to say to that one?
I think it has to do also with your previous lives. If you say a journey, so a journey is going through. There's a lot of it already said about it, so that's the only thing I can add to. I think it has to do with our previous lives and learning things about it.
Okay. All right. So, Eunice, what would your comment on that be?
Well said. Again, all connected. The past lives, if you didn't learn a lesson in that past life and you come back and repeat it, you still haven't learned that lesson. And so you may come back and repeat it and still may never learn that lesson. It's the cycle of life. The lesson that you're supposed to have learned.
Okay.
You always take it with you if you don't do it right.
Okay then. Thank you then. Let's have a go at Isabel. Welcome back.
Yeah. I agree with nearly everyone here. I think that we do keep coming back to learn by past mistakes, and we shouldn't criticise other people either, or find ourselves maybe in the same position in another life or another time in their own life. And I think we're learning all the time, and I agree. It's hard to describe. And it's about compassion and love. And we should be treating others how we'd like to be treated ourselves. And sometimes it's difficult when you grow older and realise all this, and that you didn't realise it when you were younger. And I think if you didn't learn your lessons that you should you maybe find you have to come back more often to learn the same lesson. I agree with all that. But aye, pretty much I agree with everybody that's been speaking about it.
Right.
I think that's what the soul journey is, to learn. It's a learning thing, yeah.
Okay. Eunice?
Yeah, what you said about getting older and learning your lesson later in life. One thing that I think I became aware of is it happens at the right time. If you awaken before the time, you may not be able to handle it. Sometimes you have to go through life's lessons to get to a point that you now awake, because the lessons that you went through, or the trauma, or the happy times, or the sad times, they're what you're going to pass on to somebody else. You have to have, it's like you have to have the material to give to somebody else. So when you awaken, it's at the right time, because everything is written. The honest truth is there's no free will. There's no free will. It's already ordained as to whether or not you're going to go left or right.
Okay.
The only free will you have is whether or not you're going to listen and you're going to ask for help. You're going to ask by asking yourself, the spirit, the soul.
Okay. Thank you, Eunice. Let's see what Melanie, where she got to. Done that too quick. Unmute. Have I got you? Yep, Melanie. Come in from the top. Come in from the dark. You can put your We'd all like to see you again.
That, everything that's just been said, I can relate to, and it makes a lot of sense now, listening to what's happening around me just now.
Okay.
And it does make a lot of sense, an awful lot of sense, when you listen to the way people are explaining it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Okay then.
Mm-hmm.
What's Eunice gone? Eunice, comments please.
That's what we're all here for, mainly, because most of the time, like I said, although we're living this life on this plane, it's hard to adjust to the fact that life is actually happening to you. So when things happen in and around your life, in your home, at work, you really feel like this is it, this is everything, when it is actually all an illusion. But you still need to navigate through what's going on around you. And most of the time when things are happening around you, we use an effect. I don't know if anyone's heard the term mirroring. It's a mirror effect of what's going on within you. If things happen on the outside of you that you're not comfortable with, people that you're not comfortable with, sometimes you have to mirror and see what it is in yourself that is affecting you. And when you deal with what's internal, it will change the external. So I don't know if anyone's heard of the term mirroring before.
Okay. Well, shall we ask Susan? Who's the last one? Hi, Susan.
Hi.
What is a
Is
soul?
that about? Sorry?
What is a soul journey?
Oh, you have asked me that already?
I did.
Yes,
Right.
that was the first one.
All right. So I screwed up. No, I'm a man. This is what happens.
You're allowed.
Margaret, did we? I asked you, didn't I?
You asked me
You did ask you. No, no.
one of the first questions, and then it seemed like you were on a second question, and people were talking about like karma and past lives and stuff. So
Okay.
I'm not sure what the second question was, but
Okay, so, well, let's see what I have to say. I've a different opinion. I am looking at things differently because I'm just learning. I'm not scared to admit this one. I'm not sure of what soul journey is. I'm not sure what soul is. And the next subject we're going on, I'm not even sure what that is either. But this is one of the reasons we've got you all together, so I can learn. You know, I'm not stupid, you know. I don't know everything. And it is one of the things I'm not up on. So for me, it's a good learning curve. But I also got some feelings on it. The soul journey is part of your spiritual development, and why we're here. We're traversing through this life, the soul journey from basically, you said before, from we're reincarnated until we pass over. That'd be my opinion of a soul journey. And what we're going to do now is we're going to ask another question. All right. And the question will be for everyone. What is a soulmate?
Anybody?
Right, it's up to you now.
I'll try and answer. Somebody that you've done a lot of different parts of the journey with in different lifetimes, and usually you've played a lot of parts with each other, and you through that relationship you help each other grow.
Okay.
Good.
There's I guess it's a Japanese saying about a good marriage is like two rough rocks being thrown into the ocean, and they tumble around each other over and over again, you know, until it's, you know, abrasive, banging against each other until they're smooth. Okay. So I guess it would be somebody that both your souls go through the journeys necessary to smooth out the rough edges. Okay. Just grow.
Okay.
Amazing. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Eunice?
I'd say yes. That's definitely a soulmate aspect. I feel a soulmate is, again, someone you had an agreement with to complete a certain part of your journey. I also feel a soulmate is somebody that arrives in your life when you have honored yourself, you have listened to yourself, been aware of your own needs, found compassion and love for yourself. So therefore you're given somebody, well, not given, somebody arrives at the right time to complete the remainder of your journey. That's what I feel a soulmate is. It can come in any form. Any form.
Okay then. So let's hear what Carol has to say on this one. Carol's a specialist, aren't you? You've got your dating site. You've got all these people on there looking for soulmates. This is what they're all on there for. I read all the statuses. I know. Right. So, what is your opinion?
Right.
The soul.
Well, I reckon that they have been together in a previous life. And that's why when they do finally connect, if ever, that it's just an instant attraction because the soul, the spirit, they just connect and almost understand each other and respect, and it's just their soul completely connects together. That is what I feel.
Okay.
But I do want to know the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame.
This is another box of tricks, right? Shall we?
It's a
just
twin
go back-
flame.
Shall
Sorry.
we go back to Eunice on this one for a moment?
Yeah, go on then.
What's the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame?
A twin flame is like, it's almost like a twin. It's like a soul that's split in half. That's the feeling I get of a twin flame. And when they're together, sometimes it can be harsh lessons. It can be very harsh lessons. That's why most of the time a twin flame, they're known to basically propel each other apart for a particular amount of time and come back together. But I think a twin flame is the harshest lessons you learn. They allow you to grow quickly, but sometimes the lessons can be harsh. And you have similarities as well. You have similarities. It's almost the same as a soulmate, where you can finish each other's sentences. You have a great understanding of each other's lives. But
I feel it's
like,
stronger.
the soulmate is stronger. I believe the soulmate is the calmer path.
No, I
because
feel the twin flame is because they're like connected each and every way. It's like they can feel the other's thoughts. It's like they understand more. It's like they're really, really connected more than a soulmate is. A soulmate's connected, yes, but a twin flame, I feel, is connected ultimately to each other.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that one. Let's go to Isabel, shall we? And see what she's got to say. Yeah, okay, glasses on.
I just had writing on my screen there. I had to have a look. I think you could, if you're lucky, you could have more than one soulmate. I think it could be the same sex, either sex, younger, older. There's a connection, a strong connection. I think it could even be like a grandchild, an aunt, a stranger that you meet. I think you could meet more than one soulmate in your life if you're lucky. But you can't, you know within yourself. It's like you've met them before, well, obviously in a past life. They've come back. It's a bond. It's hard to describe. But I think there's a strong connection.
What do you reckon to that then, Eunice?
Yeah, I say definitely. I definitely agree with everything you said there. Very strong connection, soulmates are. They can even come in forms of animals. Yeah, they can come in any way, any form, any sex, but they're a great sense of healing to one another. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, then, shall we have a word from Susan? What is a soulmate? Have you found yours yet?
I'm not sure if I found mine. I hope so. But it's somebody that you are in sync with or tune with, and you just know them when you meet them. It's like the best friendship you've ever had or will ever have. And you don't have it with everybody. It's just certain. Just a few, possibly, rather than many. As somebody said before, your grandchild or a relative is just as important, and the bond between you can be as significant as somebody that you're married to or spend your life with.
Okay then, that's good, it's interesting. Eunice?
Yep, I definitely agree. Within your family, it's like you meet your soulmate, and it's like, I just know you. I know you. I feel comfortable with you. I don't know why, but I just feel it. Yeah, it's that feeling.
Right, well, you're a lucky girl, that's for sure. So we hear Christine. What is your opinion? What is a soulmate? Can't hear you, Christine. Right, hold on.
Mike.
I'm doing something wrong. Christine, I have to unmute you. Okay, Christine, talk now.
Yeah, a lot has been said about it. That's true. I think you can have more than one soulmate in friendship and love, also with women and men. So for me, I think it has also to do with your previous lives. Like you say, you feel comfortable with one person and with the other not. So it has to do also with intuition, I think, the things you feel. So you can have more than one, and you feel it immediately.
Mm-hmm. Okay then, Eunice, what you have to say on that one?
I agree. With the soulmate, it's written into that contract. It's like saying, I'm coming back. Wherever you are, I'm there. I'm going to meet you again in another lifetime. It's contracted. It's an agreement made between the two of you. At whatever time, you could be 30 years apart. You could be. It's an agreement that was made, and that cannot be broken. That cannot be broken. It's fated.
Okay. Well, my opinion is that we can have more than one, no doubt about that. And I recognize some people that I'm very comfortable with. Also, I'm sure there's more down the line as well, but that's how it is with me. And it's interesting when you can look back and realize how comfortable you were with someone, and for whatever reason that relationship broke down or whatever, maybe we just had to come to learn from each other and then move on so that we could learn more. And my opinion is we meet people in this life to learn from each other, and we can move on. At other times we come up here and it's to be with one person totally. So it's interesting that. And what I'm going to say now is we've lost Mel. I think she's got a problem with her daughter with her phone. She shares her phone. Daughters are demanding for their time on it. So she's gone. Anyway, we'll hear the excuse on that one later. We did get extra time. Zoom gave us extra time. We were only supposed to be on for 40 minutes. And I thought, well, we'll change it around. And Eunice can do one or whatever. but we got the time, so that's been really good. I'd like to know more. I'd like to develop this little group that we've got more, because what it is a starter, and we're learning from each other. We all have our own different ideas, and yet the consensus is that they're quite similar in a funny sort of way, our feelings for each one. So all I can say is we need to wind this one up because we are running out of time. I know Eunice has to go off because she's heading off for another journey. I don't think it's a soul journey, but she's going on a business quest. So well with that. And I'll be on, definitely be back on again Saturday night on Facebook Live. I'm not sure how we're doing it with the Zoom yet. We did learn one or two things, how things worked out as well. I learned how not to do things. It's all technical stuff you have to do once to learn. So I'd like to say to everyone, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. I really enjoyed it, and it was great. So, bye, everyone.